Before the light of the gods entered the world, there was only darkness ruled by titans. After an epic war, Zeus seized the heavens and exiled the titans, seeking to imprison them for all eternity. The lands were cleansed and mortals flourished. But arrogance precedes many a fall, and even a god's prison may be breached.
Okay, so we are in Titan Quest, Alantas. I will be playing through the entire game, from start to finish, all difficulties, because this game does difficulties in sequence. It doesn't, you can't just choose difficulty. If you hear a noise in the background, I can't really help that. There's things going on around in a campground, so noise will probably be heard every now and again. But I will try and keep it to as minimal as I can. You guys can call me Lightning Masher. That is. I will be 100%ing this as much as I can. I will go wherever I can go, do whatever I can do, wherever it leads me. I do know this game pretty well. At least the first 4 acts I know. Like the first 3 I know about the back of my hand. The 4th one I know like half of it pretty well. The other half is. It's a long act, so it's harder. The last half it's a little bit more difficult, and it's 4th act, so it's going to be a difficult act. But you'll see it when we get there. But it's going to be a while before we get there. The last 2 acts, Ragnorok and Alantas, I have not gone to yet, but I will get there, and I will get through them. This will be a very long Let's Play, I'm sure. I will probably be doing this a long time, so it will be a lot of content for you guys. But for now, we'll just get started. I can hear the music building out back in the background. It's already Titan Quest screens began, so let's get started. I do have a few characters that I've played. I've tried to do a run through this to test my recording and stuff, but I will be doing a new game with a new recording, and hopefully this time. My first attempt was kind of meh. I could tell I was not doing it the way I should have been doing it, so I'm going to try and do much better this time. And try and well, first and foremost, let's figure out my name. Well, I suppose it would make sense to make something. Well, unfortunately, this has like a name cap or like a letter cap I can't put. more than a certain amount of letters in there, so I can't put the full lightning masher in there. So maybe I can do this instead. Light masher. That works. Light masher. So it's not quite the same thing, but it's closer. And let's see, what color should we have? Nice thing is, they're in the game. We start with like 5 different colors, and this is just the colors of the main shirt. You're first starting a shirt, but later you can get other colors if you want. It doesn't really do anything. It's more just for looks. But that's only for your tunic, your first tunic. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't help as far as like your attacks or anything. It's just decoration. Makes you look. You can make that look however you want. For now, I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna start with blue. I like blue. White is one part of my favorite colors, but I don't know, for someone who's gonna play in this, I don't want just white system's kind of plain for this game, so I'm gonna go with blue for now. I might change it up later if maybe you guys have a color you want in mind, and I'll look in the shops to see if I have a color, can buy that color. It doesn't really matter. I mean, with it, you might be able to see a little bit of it when I start putting armor on, but once I put armor on, you might not be able to actually see it as much, so it doesn't really matter as much. But if you guys want a different color, want me to put a different color on, I can do that. But we'll start with blue to begin with. And that's that. So yeah, so there is a normal, epic, and legendary. It kind of works the same way as Diablo in a sense, if you ever played Diablo, in that you go through the normal difficulty through the entire story, and then you can go into another like an epic or a higher difficulty through that same story, but there are different features and different levels of monsters and stuff, and it provides more different challenges. And I do plan on going through each one because there are creatures that don't appear until you get to epic or legendary. And that's what I am trying to do, is I'm trying to go through each one so I can see all the creatures and fight and beat all the creatures. Like I said, I'm going to 100% complete this as much as I can. I should be able to complete everything, so it's just going to be a matter of time and trying to figure out the best way to do it. So, might as well start. I will be quiet and let you guys listen to the start story. And I need to stop. So, and if you heard talking in the background, that's family, so can't really do much about that right now. So we'll start.
One day, the sun will dim and spread a shadow over the earth. Temples, which have stood forever, will be destroyed. The heavens will vanish, and the gods will fall upon the earth. One day the weak will have power over the strong. The poets will stop singing and instead take up the sword. It is in these darkest times that the strongest of heroes are born.
Okay, so you are on the road to Helos. Yes, sir. So, to start with, none of this is scripted. I won't be reading off the script or anything. Because everything is 100% me. I will try and edit out any of the So yeah, so this won't be any scripting. This will be as much 100% me as possible. Um, and I will cut out any bits that, obviously doesn't work out. Because, all the ums and whatever. Okay, so the characters and the NPCs, you will see that there are some with these little diamonds on the head, and some with question mark, or not question, exclamation marks. These diamonds or heads are just they just tell you story. They don't really tell you much about quests or anything, so unless you want me to go back and talk to all of them, I will only talk to like a certain few that I know are a little bit more important and have a little bit of story to tell. The rest I will just keep. I won't talk to unless people want me to. I will go back and talk to them. Although, if I do go back, there are stories. Some stories might be different if I go back. Maybe what I'll do is I will talk to everyone for now, and let you listen to them. If you don't want me to listen to every one of those diamonds, if I go through this and you don't want me to want to listen to all of them, then I will stop doing that. But for now, I guess I can go through each of them and let you listen to all of them to get whatever story. And then, but even if we don't talk to all of them, I will still talk to a few that have a little bit of main story to them. And then I will listen to, of course, the ones with the check marks or exclamation marks to get the quest line and listen to that. Because the quest line is actually kind of interesting. Thing is, I have a very bad habit now that I've been playing this for so long, and I know the story so much well that I don't really care. I tend to click off the characters very quickly, so I end up losing that story. So I'll be trying to not to do that. We'll try to listen to them, but if for some reason if I end up accidentally doing that, I will. I know it pretty well. I can give you an idea of what they said and stuff. So hopefully that won't be an issue. But I will try to listen. I will try not to click off them as much as possible. So to start with, we'll talk to this guy.
You there, soldier! If you've come looking for rest and peace, you won't find it here in Elos. Our village has recently been beset by satyrs and other vile beasts. The help of your fighting arm would be greatly appreciated. Our farmers cannot get to their fields and our supplies are running low. Please, go down the road toward the village and help where you can.
Alright, so we got the tooltips here, but I'm not going to use those. Get rid of that. Yeah, so another thing to note is these guys they do have more than one set of dialogue. I could click on them again and I'll just do it this once for now.
We have men defending every gate. Farmers and shepherds have come from miles seeking shelter.
Yeah, so each character can have more than one set of dialogues to just give more story. Unless you guys want me to go back and talk to them again, I'm just gonna talk to them the one time. Just because otherwise there's this game. It's already going to be a long Let's Play. This would just make it that much longer. And I suppose the first round through I could listen to everything, and then when I go to Epic and Legendary, then I don't need to talk to or listen to them because you would already know the story. We'll just just go through like I would normally go through. But for now, I'll just listen to the story as they come. And here's the first quest.
You must have been sent by the gods! Please, in the field here, they're going to kill my horse!
Alright, let's go fight some Satyrs and the boar. Anyway. So we got a pine club. Pretty good. And listen to this too.
You saved my horse! Thank you! But I'm not the only one in trouble. Down the road there, that's my village, Hilos. We've got monsters at the gates, in the fields. They're everywhere.
Alright. Yeah, so this quest, the first quest doesn't give you any XP or anything. The only reward you get is whatever those monsters drop, which do help a little bit. And you got armor and you got a better weapon. Not always. Sometimes it'll just drop another copper knife, which is the first thing you'll start with. Weakest weapon in the game. But you know, it's still worth it. Alright, so yeah, sorry about the background noise. Things are happening. Can't really do much about it. Okay, just passing these guys up. So
hello, I am Aeson, guard captain for this small village. We are holding up, but what's the use? If the monsters lay waste to our farms, we're lost all the same. It's that cursed shaman. Diomedes is tearing his hair out over it.
okay.
The waters within these fountains are blessed by the gods. They say when you touch the water, your soul drinks from it. Should you suffer the dark fate in battle, your body will return to the fountain and you may live to fight again.
O Muse, inspire me to speak of the mightiest hero ever known, son of Zeus, a god, and of a mortal woman, the man named Heracles. Hated by the goddess Hera and beloved of Zeus, mighty-handed Heracles battled monsters great and fearsome. The Nemean lion he slew, and the Hydra many-headed, the Erymanthian boar, and thunderous giants. 12 tasks of legend did he perform. Heracles rose above the realm of mortals. Once, it is told he took the place of Atlas, who holds the world aloft. Heracles. Yes, Heracles bore the world itself upon his shoulders. And now, where is a hero half as great as he?
Yep, stories. Yeah, there's a lot of these kind of guys who just give you basically the mythology of certain characters, mythological characters.
Monsters! All over the village! They're burning and killing everything in their path. I've never seen such things in my life. The chaos and destruction, it is all too much for me to handle.
These shrines are ancient, as old as humankind, some say. They say Prometheus, who brought us fire, built these too. And in ancient times, men traveled by them.
Yeah, so these things are portals. They will basically pull you back into town. I mean, they're like Diablo. You can like Diablo, but not like Diablo. You can make a portal stone. That might be in Diablo 2. I'm not sure. I haven't played Diablo too much. I know it a little bit, but not nearly as much as this. But you can put a portal back down to the town, and then you don't have to wait until you get to a full portal, another portal to portal back. You can actually put your own portal down and then portal back whenever you want, and then go back to that portal, which is really handy in this game because there's not very much going back and forth except for when you're selling stuff, but for the most part, just back. You don't really need these except for when you get to the towns. So yeah, where's this going?
Leave if you must, traveler, but we need your help. Strange monsters attack our farms. Please, speak with Diomedes back in the village.
I'll just talk to Diomedes. I'll talk to these guys later. Don't need to do it right now. So here's the main quest. First main quest.
Hello, stranger. I'm Diomedes, the leader of this small village. Do you mean to say that you fought your way here? If that's true, then please, I beg of you, we need your help. Monsters led by a powerful satyr shaman appeared a few days ago and have driven us from our farms. We can hardly defend the village gates and have no one who can stop them from destroying our crops. Our farmland lies on the other side of the river, just over this bridge. The shaman was last seen beyond the farms at the edge of the Helos woods. Please, rid us of this terrible sorcerer. We will pay you what we can.
Okay. Let's kill some satyrs. Alright. A few weapons. So put that in, that's better. Get a bow. Sell these things because
if you're going out there, don't go unprepared. It is not safe. Buy what you need here.
And I always get potions first thing. These are very helpful at the beginning of the game.
Until next time.
The thing is, without potions, you will regenerate health, but that only happens like 2 ticks. Yeah, like 2 ticks or 2 seconds. 2 seconds to regenerate a little bit. So you know it would take a while to regenerate all your health. But once you get down, I mean that's 300 health. 2 seconds to regain 1 health. Oh, and there's 300. It takes a while. Eventually you will heal, but that's why you get the potions, because otherwise it just takes forever to heal. We'll go to the bow to start with. Torch. Oh, that torch is going to be better. So this is 610. That's 5-9. 7, 8. Oops. So we got 14 damage. Or no, it's 17 to 18. So 1 better. Not too great, but it's every little bit counts. Now it's called, or those torches are the first maces, just so you know. They consider them the first maces. One annoying thing is if the NPCs ever actually kill any monsters, then you don't get that XP from them. So it's a little annoying that they kill some monsters and then you don't get that XP. You had to kill your own monsters to get that XP. So it's also it's just annoying because this doesn't run into it very often. There's only a few times that, obviously when you get to the beginning of an area or something. But for the most part, it's just annoying because you don't get the XP that you should be able to get.
At harvest time, the whole village sets to work in the fields. The crops must be gathered and properly stored. We make an offering to Demeter, goddess of bounty.
Awesome. No, see, some guys just don't really give much to it. It's nice, but I mean, why is that guy just sitting there? You know? I would say, you know, why not go back to the village? Yeah. Yeah, and you'll probably see I have kind of a select certain path, certain way of going around the map. Like I said, I played the first 3 acts enough that I have a certain way of doing things to the point that it just makes it more like just run smoother the way I do it, at least for me. Obviously, everybody has their own ways of doing things, but it's really annoying. I always like to level before I leave this little area here. But usually I can, but again, it's things like those NPCs that kill the monsters before you can that kind of stop that from happening. And also, the other thing about this is in some ways there's a chance of random. There's a sense of random generating, procedural generating kind of stuff. Like it generates like the monsters. How many monsters are in an area is random, and unless there's certain areas that are they have set those monsters in there, but then a lot of other monsters are just kind of random as to what they are, how many there are in there. Well, not what they are. There are certain areas where they will be a certain kind of monster. It's just how many, or the variation in that sense. There are also later on what I call hero monsters, and they are kind of like mini bosses in a sense, in that they have more special abilities than other creatures, and so they will do a little bit more damage, or they'll be a little harder to fight. But most, I can't say most. Some of them are not too bad. Some of them can be really annoying and can feel like an actual boss. And I'll talk more about that as we come to them. I know a few of them pretty well.